Alright, this is the third 13.6 underpath I'm going, and my trailer's 13.6. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Family Man Trucking. It is July 10th, Monday evening, and I'm in Prescott, Arkansas, on my way to, I'm not even going to try and pronounce this town, but it's outside Little Rock, for a drop. You know what? I'm not sure if it drops off tomorrow because the date has for Wednesday at 9, and it's going to a Pepsi. And you know how Pepsis can be, man. You know, you can't show up late, but you can't show up anytime earlier than 10 minutes, or at least from what I can remember. But anyways, I got a load of Gatorade going to a Pepsi distribution center. Picked up early today in Dallas, actually. Picked up a load last Friday outside Cincinnati, and I dropped it off this morning in Coppell, Texas, which is north of Dallas. And then I basically headed over, and I think it was only like maybe 22 miles. Picked up a load of this Gatorade. But guys, this morning, you know, I pulled into a truck stop last night, or shall I say rest area in Chumby or Cumbie, depending how you pronounce it, Texas. It's a rest area right before Dallas, guys, right before Dallas. And I got there about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and it was already full. Okay, they only had like maybe 30 spots, and they were all taken. So I went ahead and parked in front of the guy that was in front of me, because he was parked along the line right behind the other truckers. Okay, you know, trucks are parked like this, and he was parked right behind them. Okay, and then there's some people parking on the right hand side closer to the grassy part. And something told me, man, to stay where I was at. Okay, something told me to stay where I was at. So this morning when I got up to take off around 7 o'clock, open up my curtains, and what do I see? I see DOT. Well, in fact, I don't think it was DOT, because he was in a white you know, Tahoe, kind of like what DOTs are in. But this guy was in a white, and he didn't have, you know, the DOT outfit or anything like that, but he did have some kind of uniform. Okay, but he was handing out tickets, man. He was handing out tickets, you know. So those who woke up this morning woke up to a ticket taped to their window. Okay, so guys, read these reviews sometimes, man. Read these reviews. You know, when you go to these rest stops, you know, and you see these signs posted that you can't park there, man, you're an easy target for DOT to show up in the morning to give you an early Christmas present. Okay, give you an early Christmas present, because from what I can tell, man, three off the bat, you know, he gave. Now, I didn't make eye contact with the guy, but I guess he thought I was in the process of getting ready to leave. So I don't know if he didn't give me one, because he jumped in his truck, went over to the next truck, went outside, tapped the damn ticket on the windshield or on the window, and then jumped it back into his truck, went to the next one. And as he went to the third one, which was close to where I was at, he looked at me for a quick second. So I was like, shit, I'm gonna get a ticket. Okay. But I don't know where I was parked, which was basically on the left-hand side of the drive-through when you go into these rest areas. I don't know if that was okay to his standard, but obviously the ones on the right-hand side, close to the grassy area. Now it was posted, no parking. But I didn't take a chance, guys. I didn't take a chance. You know, luckily I was getting ready to leave. You know, I was doing my 15-minute pre-trip. You know, I did my walk around real quick. And man, as soon as my 15 minutes was up, I jumped out. Okay, but with that being said, guys, hope everybody's doing well. Man, okay. My settlement came in, guys. My settlement came in. Like I told you guys last video, here at EOS, we get paid on a Monday. Okay, something I've never had to actually, how can I say this? I always got paid on Friday. I think Llama, I got paid on a Thursday. I know they always say it depends on how your bank works and how it's scheduled and stuff like that. But here, first thing in the morning, I got my settlement, but I didn't get my it didn't come into the bank till like around 2:30 in the afternoon. So it, like I said, it all depends on your bank, guys. How soon they and my bank works pretty quick. I get, I have Woodforest. They're usually inside of Walmart. But man, my settlement was pretty good, guys. My settlement was pretty good. I guessed it that it was gonna be between 27 and 31, and it was 29. Just shy of 2,900. Okay, it was 2,880. For the loads that I did last week. Now, I wasn't really, I was too sure if that last load that I brought in, that I dropped off right before 4th of July, if it was going to be on that settlement or it was going to be this upcoming one. Okay, but obviously it was on the one that got paid for today, so that helped out tremendously. So anyways, guys, yeah, my settlement was 2,880. Now, next settlement, I believe I'm going to get my first truck payment, okay? Because here at EOS, they don't charge you truck payment for your first 2 weeks, okay? I suggest you guys run hard, to make some money. But obviously, I wasn't able to because, one, I started in the middle of the week when I first came out, okay? And then I ran the whole week, and then I went home, and it was 4th of July weekend, okay? So I was kind of like in the middle of trying to work, run hard, but there are some other issues that came to play. Okay, so it is what it is, guys. But guys, wow, man, found something out today, man. Found something out that could have helped me out big time. Okay. Here at EOS, I did mention that we run a lot of heavy loads. Okay, just like the load I have behind me. Okay, in my back. It's just shy of 44,000 pounds. Okay, it's like 480. Okay, it's a load of Gatorade. All right, water, sodas, beverages. You're gonna be running, heavy when you run those. Okay, but here at EOS, guys, we do run a lot of heavy loads. All right, now I hope I had hoped that they had covered this during orientation. They touched on it, but they didn't really break it down. All right. But since I started, okay, I've run a lot of heavy loads, and just because where your tandems are at, guys, just you shouldn't just go by just what you think you feel. All right, because especially if you're doing a lot of dropping hooks. If you're doing a lot of dropping hooks, guys, you're gonna encounter some trailers that are not the same. Okay, you got utility. You got, you got a lot of different trailers, guys, and they're made different. Okay, if you don't know how to move your tandems, guys, you really need to know how to move them. All right, because they can make or break you, especially if you go across some of these weight scales, man. I got a ticket 2 years ago when I was with Llama coming out of San Antonio. All right, and my tandems on my trailer were just shy of 500 pounds. It was like 499. All right, thinking that it was a load of sugar. Okay, it was a load of sugar, and I was dropping it off outside Houston. I was bringing it from San Antonio to Houston. All right, from San Antonio coming across I-10 going towards Houston, there's 2 weight scales. Okay, there's 2 weight stations. For a very long time they were closed. All right. Nope. They had just recently opened, and I didn't know about it. All right, so I took a chance and just took off. Right, took off right before Seguin, which is the first one that you come across going eastbound on I-10. It was open. I pulled in, they have that little carport, whatever you want to call it. Your trucks go under, and I pulled up next to the lady, and I rolled down my window, and she was like, hey, how you doing? What do you have in the box? This and that, back and forth. Long story short, she's like, you're overweight. Go ahead and pull off to the side, bring your paperwork, and bring your iPad. So obviously, I was getting a ticket. Now she looked at all my stuff, and everything came out good. But she did ask me, was I aware that my tandems were over, $4.99? I'm like, no, I didn't. She's okay. She did make a little small comment. She said that she would have let me, let me off, but that her supervisor was there, so she just, she had to follow procedures. The good thing about a overweight ticket, it's not a moving violation. Okay, it's not a moving violation. But to me, I've never gotten a ticket, knock on wood. So it kind of hurt my pride, so to speak, right? It hurt my pride. But she was like, it is a ticket, but it doesn't go on your record. There's no points, no nothing, whatever you want to call it. It was like $350, okay? $350 that I had to pay for it, right? Oh well, okay. As long as it doesn't go on my ticket, on my record, or there's no points against me, I was cool with it. Yeah, I should have double checked, but literally leaving from that area to going to going to Houston. For a very long time, guys, there was no, they were under construction for very long. Even the one that's closer to Houston, coming out of Sealy, or going into Sealy right before Houston, that was still under construction. Okay, it's been under construction. Well, not necessarily that particular weight station. That area is under construction, all right? But the one coming out of San Antonio right before Seguin has been open for about over 2 years now, okay? But anyways, guys, you shouldn't just solely rely on what you think your slots are, because all trailers are made different. Okay, all trailers are made different. All right, but here at EOS, guys, since day one, I've been running a lot of heavy loads. Go in, scale out, pay the $13.50. If I'm off to a certain point, I go in, do a reweigh, pay the $3, whatever you want to call it. Man, I've done a lot. I want to say probably six scale outs, since I've been here. And I've only been here for 3.5 weeks. Okay, 3.5 weeks. I know it's not a lot of money, but it adds up. But you know what? EOS pays for them, man. EOS pays for them, and I didn't know that. Okay, during your orientation, I want to say her name was Melissa. Okay, the lady that conducts orientation. She asked us to download the app, and that's it. Okay, she didn't really mention that EOS pays for them. All right. Now the process is basically we have to get a PIN code. So when we go into, and we're only, I won't say allowed to, or, well, I guess you can say that, but they only want us to use Loves, all right, because, we get discounts, and I like Loves in the first place, right, and I have points, so to me, it's like, okay, win-win situation, okay, get a discount, plus it goes to an area to where I really like to go. The showers are always clean, the facility always looks like it's well organized, but she made us download the app of, Weigh My Truck. So with that being said, guys, that's all she said. Now she would have said, hey, EOS pays for them. You just have to get a PIN code, go in there and do the whole spiel. Then I would have been fine with that. But nothing, guys, and I pay attention, okay? I pay attention, when you go through companies, guys, that somewhat do you wrong or kind of not gives you full information, and maybe that's my fault, for not asking, but you learn to pick up things and you pay more attention. So basically, so you won't be screwed again. All right. But she just told us to download the app, and I thought she just meant by so it can be more convenient for us, so we don't have to be going back and forth to the store. I like going into the Loves, all right? I freshen up my drink. I use the restroom, maybe get something for the road, you know. Even if I did have the app, you know, basically signed up and locked up, because I have the app, but it's not active, okay? If that makes sense. But nothing, okay? So for the past couple of days or past couple of weeks, every time I scale out, I pay for them. I pay for them. I pay for them. I pay for them. Okay. Now I know it's not a big lump sum of money, you know. It could have been if I didn't catch it. All right. But man, whew, you know, this morning, you know, my appointment this morning was at 10:30. Okay. The other driver that left the Cincinnati area with me, his appointment was at 9 o'clock. And we were parked next to each other. Well, he was done first, and then he was outside doing something to his truck, and I went outside. You know, we chewed the fat a little bit and this and that. And I asked him, I go, hey man, I said, on this Weigh My Truck app, you know, I said, does EOS pay for the, you know, the scale tickets? He's like, yeah. You know, he goes, you don't have it on your app? I'm like, I do. It's just not. It's not active. You know. And he showed me his app, and everything was there. EOS, this and that, back and forth. And I'm like, no, mine doesn't have that, you know. So I came into the truck, you know, after we talked, whatever you want to call it. He was ready to leave. He was about to go pick up his next load, right? I was still waiting for me to get unloaded, all right? But on his side, he just took off, right? On my side, I came in, did another freeform on my Qualcomm, you know, OmniTrax, and I asked my dispatcher, go, hey, I said, just a quick question. You know, I'm still learning, all right? Even though I've been here for 3 weeks, you know, because, you know, you're going to learn, okay? No matter where you're at, you're going to learn the ins and outs of a company. It might take you a while, you know, or whatever you want to call it. But I asked him, I go, hey, I said, I've been scaling out all my loads, all right? I've been paying for them, all right? But does EOS pay for them? Okay, I'm just curious. I said, because I've been, you know, I have the app, I have everything on my phone, it's just not active, but I just want to know if I pay out of pocket or does EOS? Well, he responded back, no, EOS pays for them. You get a PIN code, you go into the store, you give them the PIN code, and then you use your fuel card, but it doesn't come out of your settlement, you know. I'm like, cool, all right. So after I picked up this load, right, the first truck stop, the first Loves, which was going to be in Rockwall, Texas, coming out of Dallas, I pulled in, you know, I requested a PIN code, just like I was supposed to request for a fuel load or fuel fill up. But this is, you know, and I already filled up this morning. All right, I already filled up this morning. So like, okay, well, let me go ahead and get another PIN code, because each PIN code is only active for 30 minutes. All right, then it expires. But anyways, long story short, go in, pay for my weight ticket, give them the PIN code, everything checked out. So man, long story short, all this time, me weighing out, paying out about, you know, out of pocket, I could have been using the PIN code. So I'm going to see, man. I'm going to see if I can probably get that money back. I mean, I know it's only going to be like around $80 or whatever you want to call it. But $80 is $80, right? You know? And if I can't, then oh well, so well. You know, we live and learn, right? But EOS pays for the weight tickets, okay? I guess they bill them back to the broker or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what kind of agreements they have with that. But man, you know, my settlement came out just shy of $2,900, $2,880. And then I found out that I wasn't supposed to pay for the weight tickets, man. I was supposed to use the PIN code and, you know, the WEX app and go about it that way. So, you know, we live and learn, man. We live and learn, okay? It's water under the bridge, dirt under the rug, whatever you want to call it, you know. But overall, man, picked up this load at a Gatorade facility, taking it to... it's like Maure. I don't know what it's called, man, but it's right outside Little Rock. It's on the west side of Little Rock. Okay. EOS is on the east side of Little Rock. Okay. But overall, guys, man, yeah, it's been running so good, man. Right now, I only have 12 hours left on my 70, guys. Today's Monday. Like I said, I don't know if this load, now it's scheduled on my app to be dropped off 9 o'clock Wednesday. So I don't know, man. I don't know if they set this up so I can go ahead and knock out my 34, which I'm gonna probably be here at that TA here in Prescott, with the Taco Bell and Subway. I did want it to go further down to that Love's, but it was already full, man. It was already full. But yeah, man. Overall, guys, we'll see. So if you guys have any comments, questions, list them below. But so far, everything's been going good, man. Everything's been going good. So I'm on my way for this weekend to be in Orlando to meet my family. They leave Thursday night. We're taking our daughter to Orlando. She's going to start her school program. She has to be there Monday morning, so we're going to spend the weekend together and getting herself set up and go to one of the parks and just hang out, But yeah, man, I don't know if they schedule this on purpose so I can go ahead and knock out my 34 or not, but we'll see, guys. So other than that, guys, you guys be careful. Talk to you guys later.